Bruce Smith, one of the greatest defensive ends of all time. Hey everybody. So now I'm making a football card video of Bruce Smith. And yeah, I have a lot of memories of this guy, and I'll tell you why. Okay, so where do I begin with Bruce? All right, so he went to Virginia Tech, but before I started watching college football games. Like he was in college in the late 70s or something like that, or early 80s, or I forget. Probably early 80s. Yeah. And then, yeah, he went to Virginia Tech. I do know that much. But I never watched him in college. But in the NFL draft, I do remember he was the number one draft pick. Um, he's a first round draft pick, and he's the first pick by the Buffalo Bills. I do remember that. Um, so, but I don't remember that much about the Buffalo Bills in the early 80s or mid 80s. I started uh, I started remembering about the Buffalo Bills when Jim Kelly got there in 1987. But before Jim Kelly, I mean, I knew about Bruce Smith, and I I knew he was really good, but I never watched any of his games. Um, but I knew he was really really good. But like I said, I don't have any memories of him until the late 80s with Jim Kelly, um, Thurman Thomas, Andre Reed, the whole Buffalo Bills, K Gun, and Buffalo's defense was really good. And he's a big reason why, Bruce Smith. He's a Hall of Famer. I do remember he played 19 seasons, and I was kind of hoping he would play 20 seasons in the NFL. That's pretty good. But he only played well, not only, but he played 19 seasons. And he made 11 Pro Bowls. I do remember that. And he was a Washington Redskin at the end of his career. Um, he's the all-time leader in sacks, 200 sacks. That's crazy. 200 sacks. That will never be broken. You would have to play football for 20 years and get 10 sacks a year. So his sack record will never be broken. And then, of course, the four consecutive Super Bowls in the early 90s that he lost. Well, not just him, but the Bills lost. Um, so that's where I have memories of Bruce Smith. He was just such a defensive force. And other memories I have of him, because the Buffalo Bills are in the same division as the New England Patriots. And yes, I was a New England Patriot fan at this time. So I would watch Bruce Smith at least twice a season. I would watch his games. Uh, and then, of course, they would make the playoffs, and go to the Super Bowls and all that kind of stuff. And I remember a lot of NFL programs and all that kind of stuff. And Bruce Smith would be part of the programs. NFL analysts would talk about how great he is. He's a Hall of Famer and all that kind of stuff. And he's the only player ever to get 200 sacks. That record will never be broken. So the memories I have of Bruce Smith uh, are the Buffalo Bills. I wouldn't even call them a dynasty, but in the early 90s, I have a lot of memories of the Buffalo Bills because how good they were and how they would play the New England Patriots twice a season. So, and I followed Bruce Smith's career. I did, because he was just such a good player. So yeah, I do have a lot of memories of Bruce Smith because, like I said, uh, the Buffalo Bills were in the same division as the Pats, so I would watch a lot of his games.